Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and today we're going to be casting our minds back to December 2020, last month, to have a look at all of the new products that I got into my collection and to just give you a brief overview of what I am loving and kind of what I'm yet to try. So if you find that interesting, then take a seat, grab a snack, and let's do this together. So before we get into today's video, I really just want to wish all of you a very, very happy new year. I hope you were safe and that you had a good evening celebrating around the world. Fingers crossed that this year is a little bit easier for everyone, both mentally and physically, than 2020, and of course together we're going to make 2021 definitely better. Don't be putting it into your don't be putting it into your sort of wish list, but with optimism, definitely 2021 will be a better year for everyone. That being said, I made a lot of purchases in December in relation to makeup. Well, we can say November or December because I bought a lot of things on Black Friday that took absolutely forever to come into me. So I received things as late as like 4 days ago, something like that, for my purchases from Black Friday. So some of the things I'm going to show you today I've already tried out and used, like how I created the look today. Some other things are kind of sitting on my desk waiting eagerly to be played with. So yeah, first things first, I think if you watch my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that eyes pretty much are my focus. I very, very much like to do eye makeup over any other type of makeup. Yeah, I mean, not to say that foundation isn't amazing, but eye makeup is where it's at. So I got quite a few eyeshadow palettes. The first one that I have used is this one here. This is called the Glamlite Ice Cream Dream Palette. And I'll be honest with you, I created the eye look you see today using this palette, and it will be coming shortly on the channel, so you'll have to keep your eyes peeled. Maybe hit the subscribe button now so you don't miss out. But this is an amazing palette, let's be honest. It is 30 eyeshadows, a great balance between neutrals, pastels, shimmers, mattes. As a sort of all-in-one palette, comes with a giant mirror that I'm not going to show you because you'll just see the camera. But yeah, really love it. Packaging is amazing. I can say that I like it that much that I've already gone online to have a look at what other Glamlite palettes I can purchase that kind of pique my appeal. So take that as first impression. Other than that, I picked up the Sunset Horizons palette from Beauty Bay. I picked this up in the Beauty Bay sales. It was €9, can you believe it? And I really picked it up because I enjoyed the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. I did a review, I'll link it somewhere. You'll see it hopefully pop up on the page. But you know, that was such a nice palette, and I think I paid full price, like €18 or something, and I thought that was great. So when I saw this for €9, it was not even a question. It was straight in the cart, and yeah, it has this really nice sort of warm side to it, cool side to it. Yeah, I have not used this, but you know, if it's anything like the other Beauty Bay palettes, yeah, I'm gonna like it. I think the next look I make is gonna be with this palette. So let me find something to wipe my hands off on. Then I picked up from Douglas here in the Netherlands a couple of the e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes. Yeah, I also got these on sale. What you need to learn about me is I don't buy a lot of things full price. I don't like doing it. I'm just cheap. It is what it is. So I picked these up with a 25% discount, and Douglas, yeah, if you wait long enough, they'll always have some sort of 25% discount on something. So, you know, every month or so, there's always a discount coming around. So I picked these up for like €3 per piece. And I got the green one, I got this sort of like berry neutral toned one, and I got this one called Pumpkin Pie. Yeah, Pumpkin Pie, which is sort of like warm neutrals. Hope if I opened it up, then you can see it. yeah, I've stuck my fingers into them a little bit. I mean, for €3, you cannot go wrong for €3. If one of the eyeshadows works, you're already in front as far as I'm concerned. So that's also something I want to be playing with. And I did that because, especially these couple of neutral ones, because I tend to notice that I don't buy neutral eyeshadow palettes, possibly because they bore me. But yeah, moving forward, we need to have a good balance of color and neutral on the channel. So I picked those up, yeah, €9. I also picked up one of the liquid eyeshadows in Dirty Martini, because green is life. And yeah, I think all in all, it came to a total of like 13, 14 euro. I'm like, how can you argue with that? Then for eyeshadow palettes, I picked up a ton from Juvia'S place. I made an order and I bought 6, 6 of the minis palettes. You know, I really like the ×6 idea. You know, yeah, for me, I do everything here in the studio. I have all of the room around me. It doesn't really matter. But for the general consumer, a ×6 palette is kind of the perfect size. So I picked up the Mauves by Juvia'S. This color here, compliments to the chef. It is a mauve with a kind of turquoise green reflect. Really, really nice. I picked up the Nudes by Juvia'S. It's just nude, sort of peachy, warm golds. Yeah, really, really nice. I picked up the Chocolates. These two shadows really look very, very similar to me. I'm very curious to see what the difference is on the eye. We picked up the Nubian Royal. Sparks joy, I can tell you that. This purple color here, I hope it's good. I have not touched any of the Juvia'S Place eyeshadow palettes except for that mauve color because I couldn't help myself. Only because they just came in. I picked up the Taupes by Juvia'S. Nice cool tone colors. What I find interesting, I feel like the color of the palette itself throws the colors off a little bit, but they are really nice, beautiful, yeah, taupe neutrals. And then we have the Sweet Pinks. Let's get rid of that. The Sweet Pinks, probably my favorite of all of the eyeshadow palettes. But what I find so intriguing is on the back of every palette, you've got, of course, the ingredients, but also any warnings. So, you know, we've all seen it before. Pressed pigments, generally not for use around the eye area, generally because they stain. If you use them around the eye area, you do so at your own risk. It's fine, we understand it. This palette, however, has a little warning. Colors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all of the colors, are not intended for use around the immediate eye area. It makes me laugh to myself. Of course, I'm going to use it around the eye area, but how can you sell this as an eyeshadow palette when it's not for use around the eye area? Is what it is. The last eyeshadow palette that I have, I didn't purchase this, but I did receive it. It is from Tom Ford, and it is the Soleil Neige. Looks like this. I will never ever understand. All of the high-end eyeshadow palettes still come with, I think I threw them across the room. I was so like, what the hell? Come with like the sponge tip applicators. Here's one. Why? Who is using these? Get out of here. But this is what it is. It is a sort of a smoky eyeshadow palette with a white, a taupe, sort of navy blue, which I have a feeling is in like a black base with a blue shimmer, and then just a sort of a soot black color. Interesting. For me, this is a companion palette. I wouldn't see myself creating a look just with this. Number one, they've all got a shimmer in them, and I like to create looks with a balance between matte and shimmer. But yeah, I'm probably most interested in this sort of taupey grey-brown color, but I will play with it, see how I like it, and let you all know. Are there any eyeshadow palettes that you guys have picked up in the last month or so? It's just, yeah, I have a kind of a sweet spot in my heart for eyeshadows. They are always my thing. Not brows. Brows can go to hell. Eyeshadow can stay with me. Next on my little December haul, I picked up this Hydra Beauty. This is the Hydra FX palette, and I picked up the sort of the pastels version. Really cool. You get a sort of a purple, a pink, a green, a fluoro yellow, and a sort of baby blue. Hydra liners. Yeah, back in the day, like 10 years or so ago, we used to just call them cake liners. And practically what it is just a liner that you activate with water. I prefer to do it with like a Fix Plus to kind of wet the liner. It turns into a fluid, and then you can use it as a liquid liner. They dry it down, and then you've got what is left. So I thought I'd try this out. So far so good. A little bit difficult to kind of find the right consistency between pigment and yeah, being too thick. You know, you want it to have a nice glide across the skin, but of course you also want it to be opaque. So it is something you need to learn about a little bit. So that's kind of everything for eye area from December. Next we have sort of complexion, and the first thing I picked up was also from Juvia'S Place. It's their concealer. I am in the shade 21. I haven't used it, but it looks nice so far. It looks like it can work for me, which is always nice. It's always really difficult, I find, to find the correct shade online, because yeah, what the monitor shows you is not always the case in reality. I also picked up a new bronzer from Beauty Base, from their own brand. I have a couple of blushes from them, and I saw this on sale for like 4 or 5 euros. And I thought, yeah, let's go ahead and pick that up. The color is Fawn, and I think this is the lightest bronzer shade that they have. And I have it on today, really, really softly. Yeah, has a nice sort of olive base into it, so it's not very orange on the skin, which is quite nice. The only thing with these, the packaging is super cheap, like really cheap. So if you're a sucker for good packaging, And then, oh, I forgot an eye thing. Damn. So I also got from Sample Beauty it's a pigment. It's called Sean Maloney, and it is like a really intense pigment. To me, it's not really a pigment. It's more like a super fine glitter, because it doesn't stick on its own. So there's zero binder in it, which is, it is what it is. But with a base, and I'm just gonna pick up just a glitter glue so I can do it on the back of my hand. With a base, it's amazing. It is really, really nice. I'm still kind of figuring out the best way to work with the product, because when I did use it on my eyes, I used it maybe a week or two ago. Beautiful at the beginning, but then it kind of, yeah, creased and moved and flaked over the day. So I don't think it's perhaps a problem of the pigment itself, but more user error. But yeah, you can see there, like, it is just crazy. It's the first thing I've used from Sample Beauty. I thought I would try this, see how it goes, see how I like it, and then from there I will go ahead and purchase perhaps more items from their collection. So that is also very, very cool, and just like, yeah, the reflect on that is bananas. The last thing, just gazing around at my table here, is this, and this is from Lunar Beauty. This is a lip gloss. It is called Lip Gloss, and this is in the color Starlight. Yeah, I'm really intrigued by indie brands. So I've been really kind of researching online with indie brands, and yeah, I'm just curious to see what is on offer that's outside of mainstream makeup brands, and that's really intriguing to me. So like the Glamlite palette, like, it's like mind blown. I need to have them all. Then we've got things like Lunar Beauty, the Christmas or like the holiday collection that they just launched. It's piquing my interest, but it's sold out here in the Netherlands, so we'll just have to wait and see. But you know, there's other brands such as like Lethal Beauty has really intrigued me. And I think I'm very much curious into indie brands from Europe, mainly for the fact that I don't really want to pay more import and customs duties. It just is, you know, we're at the point now, it almost doubles the price of your order just by the time you pay for international shipping with the provider, which is fine, there's no problems, but then you also pay for import duties and customs. You know, it just gets a bit much. So I'm really looking at European-based indie brands. I think I really want to pick up a palette from Lethal Beauty. But what I really like about this new sort of side of makeup, for me at least, is that it's really opening up a different type of influencer group, and smaller creators are using more of these indie brands. So I've kind of gotten to find some new channels here on YouTube, and that really also makes me very happy. So yeah. Now, you guys have to tell me, did you pick up new makeup in December? It can't just be me, right? What did you get in the month of December? What are you loving? What are you not loving so much that you purposely thought, could have given that a miss? I'm really curious to know. I've got all of this makeup and now I'm all inspired and I have a ton of ideas of what I want to do in the coming months. So definitely going to go ahead and create a lot more content for you. But yeah, I'm really curious. Now, let's stay connected. You go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you can see things I've got going out. Drop down a comment below. What from this collection do you want to see more of? Or is there something that I should be picking up that you're like, this is holy grail makeup that you need to have in your life? Other than that, you could just go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That is also fine to do. It makes you feel good, it makes me feel good. It's a plus for everyone. And yeah, I'd like to see you here more. I strive to put out a video every week. I can't guarantee it, unfortunately. I still work full time. So I am doing absolutely my best. But yeah, don't ever forget to stay safe, stay positive, and never, ever forget that it's a new year. So it could be a new you if you want it to be. Have a great one.